Lucio was part blight spawn and part dinosaur. There might still have been a human in there somewhere, but these days he doubted it. Most days he felt like the dinosaur was driving him. Lucio knew that even things he thought were his decisions had been partially done by it. His fights were more violent, and his guilt was lessening with every bit of blood he watched flow from the face of his victims. And those were the good days. Worse was when the blight spawn would take over. If the instinct the dinosaur surged within him was primal, this was something else. More ancient than the oldest fossil, more advanced than the most cutting-edge technology, the blight spawn appeared to be younger and older than anything he could think of. Just trying to understand the feeling nearly drove Lucio mad, but he knew that madness was inevitable anyway. "Give me your life, and I will give you all the strength you need," the man who sought infinity had told him. Lucio didn't even need to think about it. "That's fine," he agreed. "Do whatever you want. Not like I have much to lose." "Good." The man who sought infinity clasped his hands together and grinned wickedly. "Let's start, then. Give me your mask." Even now that he lost more of his humanity every day, Lucio couldn't quite come to regret his decision. That was his biggest problem. Throughout his life, he'd never been happy about where he ended up, yet when he looked back at the hand he'd been dealt, there really wasn't a better play to make. Lucio's most precious memories were of when he was a child, and his father would take him to the local professional wrestling shows. They were just actors, his dad made sure to tell him many times. But watching those brave men come back from the worst of beatings with a grin on their face and fire in their heart meant the world to him. It didn't matter if it was real or not. Every night his dad agreed to take him to that ring was like being transported to another world, where courage and valor always triumphed over cowardice and evil. For a long time, his dad looked to enjoy it as well. But everything had its end. "Not today," his dad hastily told him, belching and stumbling to the couch. "Don't want to leave the house." "But, Dad, the Dynaman is wrestling against—" A heavy back fist met with the side of his face. "Not today." Yes, sir." Lucio cried a lot that night. Not because of the pain. It was familiar enough to him by now. But because until those dreamlike nights watching men fly through the air like a sort of violent circus had been his only consistent escape. Even that was gone now. It wasn't the last time he went to that small, local show, but visits became less frequent from that point on. His dad appeared to find the bottom of his glass more interesting than the outside world, and less people appeared to attend the show as time went on. Even as a child, Lucio knew it wouldn't last forever, so when the announcement of the final show came, he was ready. "Why do you want to see it so badly?" his father demanded, without turning around. Lucio was almost glad his eyes never left the television nowadays. "It's the same old shit every damn time. Fat men wearing suits beating each other. Got old after the first 4 times. "Dynaman is my hero," Lucio pleaded. "And he might win the title today. It's my last chance to see him. Please, Dad, His dad did turn around this time. It was the first time in many months he had looked his son in the eyes. Lucio had prepared himself for nearly every argument his dad could make, that he hadn't worked hard enough in school. Lucio had gotten nearly perfect grades. That wrestling was a waste of time. Lucio would argue it was just silly fun. That driving would be a pain. Lucio looked into the bus routes. He was not prepared for what his dad did end up saying. "There's no such thing as heroes," he barked. "No one is going to bail you out just because you're crying like a little bitch. Sooner you learn that, the better your life will be." Lucio stopped talking at that point. "Not like anyone is going to save me," he told the man who sought infinity many years later. "So I want strength.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.